Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's U.S. End-of-Day Recap, bringing you the latest on indexes, sectors, technology, crypto, currencies, and commodities. For today's comprehensive analysis, let's dive into the market movements on Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Max Profit. In today's stock market, we observed a mixed performance among key indexes. The S&P 500 index finished at 6,852, gaining 5.39 points, marking its fourth consecutive rise within a robust upward trend. Meanwhile, the Dow 30 index surged to a record close of 48,254.81, up by 326.85 points, maintaining its strong positive trajectory. However, the Nasdaq Composite Index experienced a downturn, closing at 23,406.46, down 61.84 points for the second straight session despite its prevailing positive trend. Market breadth today displayed a slight leaning towards advancers. The S&P 500 saw 292 stocks rise against 203 falling. Similarly, the Dow 30 recorded 22 advancers to 8 decliners. Conversely, the Nasdaq had more decliners than gainers, with 1,592 moving lower against 1,457 advancers. Overall returns were positive for many indices this week. The S&P 500 delivered a week-to-date return of 1.83%. The Dow 30 showed the strongest weekly return at 2.7%, while the Nasdaq recorded a weekly rise of 1.74%. Today, the healthcare sector led with an impressive gain, advancing 1.3% to close at 1,778.99, marking an 8-day rising streak, and achieved a one-year higher close for the second consecutive day. Following closely, financial services added 0.9% amid strong upward volatility and maintained its positive trajectory. The energy sector was the biggest decliner, dropping 1.4% to close at 689.96, even as it maintained a strong, positive, longer-term trend. Similarly, communication services slipped 1.1% amidst a very strong positive trend, having stayed flat over the last 3 days. Real estate showed a decline as well, with a negative shift in trend. Globally, Chile's iShares ETF led the charge with a 2% gain, closing at a new all-time high of 37.26, on a 4-day climb amidst upward volatility. Hong Kong's ETF followed suit, closing at 23.14, up 1.4% for the sixth consecutive rising session, also marking a milestone of an all-time higher close. In terms of returns, Chile's ETFs shone brilliantly, posting a week-to-date total return of 4.08%, reflecting its strong performance. Hong Kong also impressed with a weekly return of 3.86%. Not to be outdone, Israel recorded a comparable weekly gain of 4.15% amid significant upward volatility. In today's tech stocks performance, the spotlight was on NVIDIA, closing up at 193.80, an increase of 0.64, experiencing an upward breakout after 3 days of flat movement, marking a very strong positive trend. Apple ended at 273.47, down 1.78, yet is still within a very strong positive trend. Alphabet finished at 287.43, down 4.31, maintaining a very strong positive trend despite recent flat behavior. Amazon saw a fall of 4.90 to close at 244.20, sustaining its very strong positive trend. Meta Platforms significantly dropped by 18.7 to end at 609.1, breaking downward from a 3-day sideways pattern, continuing its very strong negative trend with 2 consecutive closing declines.
Checking out crypto, I'm Timothy Satoshi. Bitcoin is currently at 101,844.84, down 1,000 152.62. It continues a very strong negative trend, slipping for 2 consecutive days. In contrast, Ethereum stands at 3,421.70, up marginally by 6.41, despite its strong negative trend. BNB at 955.87 has been down for 3 straight days, indicating a mixed negative trend, with a decrease of 2.39. For daily returns, Bitcoin shows a year-to-date rise of 9.09%, but faces a weekly decline of 2.75%. Ethereum has seen gains of 2.74% year-to-date, though this week it slumped by 4.49%. Meanwhile, BNB is up 36.36% year-to-date, despite a weekly drop of 4.08%. This indicates ongoing negative trends, with varied gains and losses.
For a look at foreign exchange, I'm Victoria Cashmore. The US dollar has a mixed performance today. It weakened to euro, slightly dropping to 0.8629. Against the British pound, it climbed to 0.7618. In Asia, it strengthened to Japanese yen at 154.82, but weakened vis-à-vis Swiss franc, edging down to 0.7983 and against the Australian dollar at 1.5285.
I'm Max Profit, along with our AI hosts Timothy Satoshi and Victoria Cashmore. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated, and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check in weekdays after 9:45 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 4 p.m. New York time for more market reports, and check in daily for in-depth stock, index, sector, crypto, currency, and commodity coverage. Thanks for watching.